All right, man. So the James Harden trade finally happened. He wanted to go to the Clippers. He made it very known that he wanted to go to the Clippers. It wasn't a secret. And ultimately, he got exactly what he wanted. Now, like always, I'm going to attack this trade from all angles. So I will talk about Philly side and what exactly it means for them, because I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of scratching my head about that. And I'm going to talk about the Clipper side and specifically Russell Westbrook, because to me, it is a little weird. Now, if you live under a rock, or you just didn't quite check your phone last night, because this trade did happen at like 2:30 Eastern time without the details. James Harden got traded to the Clippers with PJ Tucker for Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, a 2028 unprotected first round pick, 2 second-round picks, a pick swap, and a first-round pick from a third team that I'm not quite sure if we know yet. Now, for the Clippers side, to me, it just feels like the finale of a crazy 4 to 5 year experiment, because to me, this is clearly it. I said like 2 videos ago, you can tell it's an all or nothing season for the Clippers, because really they haven't done anything. And if you look at that team contractually, their 2 best players, they're on the last year of a contract year. Even if you look at some of the players they kept, obviously it's great that they got rid of Marcus Morris's contract and pretty much Robert Covington, because they weren't really giving you much. But they still have Norman Powell, surprisingly, on a big deal. Terrence Mann, he's on a sizable deal. Zubac, all those deals add up, especially given the fact that you have Kawhi and Paul George on max contracts, and you just added in James Harden on a max contract, and they're all up for extensions this summer. Like I said, it's all or nothing. Now, when I think about this trade on the court, I don't know exactly how I feel about it, because honestly, all 4 of them has to sacrifice, but mainly the one that just got there and the one that just got comfortable with a team finally, Russ. And I kind of feel bad for him. I know James Harden and Russ, they're great friends, and they've played together multiple times, most notably with the Rockets when they had brief success, played that small ball lineup and put up monster numbers. But this is just not that team. When they played with Houston and Mike D'Antoni, they literally reconstructed the roster to fit and cater to those 2 ball-dominant guys. That's because those 2 were like the 2 primary guys. In this situation, I still feel like it's Kawhi and Paul George. So I say all that to say, unfortunately for Russ, he kind of gets the short end of the stick, because James Harden is essentially brought in to do exactly what Russell Westbrook is already doing, and they both can't do that because they're not off-ball players. When James Harden and Russell Westbrook played together in Houston, they both had usage percentages of like plus 34. Obviously, that's not going to be the case with the Clippers, and it's going to be interesting to see how Ty Lue maneuvers those lineups. Now, for the Clippers to bring in a James Harden in an all or nothing year, it's still obviously a positive. Do I trust them? No. Do I believe in them? No. Do I even think they're going to stay healthy? Unfortunately, no. I hope I'm wrong, but no. But it's never been a secret ever since they brought in Kawhi and Paul George. They needed a point guard, a playmaker, a floor general, somebody that can set up Kawhi and PG, because that's not naturally their roles. That's James Harden. It's weird imagining James Harden or Russell Westbrook off ball, but if they play together, they're kind of going to have to do that to some extent. And I don't really like that. Do I feel a little bit bad for Russell Westbrook because James Harden is kind of going to hijack his role? Yes. Russell Westbrook, going back to last year, like mid-season, he's played great with the Clippers, and even early on this year, he's played solid. In fact, if you look at the best 3-man starting net rating lineups, I believe Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi has like the highest net rating with like a plus 30 something. So he's found his role and his team. The positives about all of this and all of these, I guess, good problems, the team is stacked. I keep seeing people say their bench is questionable, and I don't believe that. Bones Highland, who's extremely young, and he started out the year pretty great. Norman Powell, who they surprisingly kept. Terrence Mann, who they surprisingly kept. PJ Tucker, a vet with championship experience, who they surprisingly got. That team is pretty stacked, and they need to be, especially given the fact that they have durability questions. So again, this move is obviously a positive, even though it has a bit of a head scratcher for Russ. It's great for the NBA. It's great for James Harden. It's great for the Clippers. It makes the Clippers that much more watchable. And we have another team, another big dog in the West. I don't trust them, but they're on paper great. Now, for Philly, even as I'm recording this video, we got more details. It's like a 2026 first round pick and I believe a 2028 first round pick, unprotected. I still feel weird for Joel Embiid. Is it good for your future and Nick Nurse and I guess Daryl Morey that you got back 2 first round picks for a guy that didn't want to be there at all and a bunch of accessory pieces? I guess so. But for Joel Embiid, who's trying to win a championship now, it's just not. When I looked at the details and I see Norman Powell and Marcus Morris, at least this year, essentially make the exact same amount of money, I thought they could have at least got Norman Powell for like that win now move. I don't even know exactly what his role is going to be on the Clippers anymore because there's so many hands on the ball. He would have had a way more prominent role with Philly, and at least to keep Joel Embiid somewhat happy and in contention, they could have got him, but they didn't. With this specific situation with James Harden, with Joel Embiid on your team, a superstar, the reigning MVP, I thought Daryl Morey had to maneuver a little bit better, and I don't think he did it that effectively. Meaning you had to enhance the team and get the team a little bit better because you do have Joel Embiid in his prime, still searching for his first Eastern Conference Finals appearance, and you had to patch up the future, possibly getting a first round pick or two. They didn't really do a good job at that first part. Marcus Morris is old and washed. Nicholas Batum, he's been playing forever and he's old. Robert Covington, the exact same thing. KJ Martin, he's old. And the 2 first round picks you got, that don't benefit Joel Embiid. I mean, for Philly, it feels like somewhat of a tank year move where they're giving up on this year and they took on bad, expensive, expiring contracts from old washed up players to get 2 first round picks, which in essence, I still kind of understand because you had to move James Harden. But damn, you couldn't get back something to help them this year, specifically Norman Powell. Him and Marcus Morris basically made the exact same amount. So for this trade, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but for the Clippers, it was a positive, even though I have my questions. And obviously, it's an all in or nothing move. And for Philly, I understand it because James Harden had to go, but I thought they could do a little bit better at patching up the right now. Like, obviously the future looks better because you got 2 first round picks for somebody that didn't want to be there. But right now, you really didn't get back nothing. If you guys like this video, make sure you like this video. Like I said, for the Clippers, it's obviously a positive, but I do question a little bit, what the hell is Russell Westbrook going to do? Is him and James Harden going to alternate running the point and playing off the bench? Who knows? And for Philly, y'all could have at least got Norman Powell, bruh. Damn, y'all did nothing for the right now at all. Follow my social media sites. Tell me in the comments what you think about this trade. Like, I don't know how I feel about it for the Philly side. I just don't. Turn on my post notifications. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.